Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Quick
just covered
share
up.
screen and then click share again.
I know, but
I
it's
don't know
covered up.
I don't know anything about your computer, so I don't know why it's doing that. I think it might be beneficial for you to call IT with this. IT might be able to help you with this. Because I don't even know anything about your computer or really computers in general. How the video part works. Yeah, that's really annoying.
If I was drunk, I would be nauseous right now.
What?
I said, if I was drunk, I'd be nauseous right now.
I can't get to the bottom here to take it off.
Carol, what kind of computer is it?
What
brand?
Lenovo ThinkPad. I bought it from Weichert.
ThinkPad. All right, so I have the same computer. Let me see if I can go into mine and see if there's a way to stabilize. Yeah.
Stabilize her, please.
So, Carol, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay.
Okay.
There's the man.
Missy, you have to let me share my screen.
No.
I do it.
Don't
You can automatically do it.
No, it says host has to enable you.
I don't know. I see it.
No. We're trying to fix Carol's.
Oh, Carol.
Okay, here we go. I got to put multiple people can share.
Oh, we don't need Carol.
Carol's normal now.
Carol, can you see my screen?
No, now.
Oh, that's because she's frozen. That's why she's not. I'm like, why is she?
Actually, what happened, this is what happened before. I go back to my screen with Google and all this other stuff on it.
Yeah, mine went.
I lost everything. So I don't know how to get back on it again. I can hear you all talking, you're all doing your thing, but I don't have the screen back. The only way I can get it back is if I go out of it and then go right back on again.
Well, see what happens.
Are you there?
Yeah, we can hear you. We
hear you.
Yeah, and I can hear you all too, but I don't have, I just have my regular screen on here.
I think there's something wrong with the video.
You are all gone.
There's actually something wrong with the video.
Yeah.
You can't find the Zoom meeting now?
No, I have to go out of it. I have to click out of my computer and then go back in and sign on again.
Oh, how annoying.
Every button, and then this is what happened when I was on with Missy before. This morning I couldn't get on. There's no way I can get on.
Maybe after our call, can you call IT? They're very good. They're very good. They can log into your computer and they can click around and see what's going on.
Okay, yeah, I can do
Especially since it was a Weichert purchase.
Well, no, it was from the mortgage person. Her boyfriend at the time was selling computers, and I bought it from him. So
Call IT. They're very, very helpful. They logged into at the beginning of all this. My my microphone wasn't working, and they were able to log in. It took a couple of tries, but they figured it out.
Mm-hmm. Well,
they're very good. I mean, especially if you have a ThinkPad, these are the computers that they're most knowledgeable about.
Well, I just joined the meeting again, so let's see.
Well, we hear you.
Well, we definitely hear you.
Carol, you don't have to get dressed. We can't see.
That's one thing my husband said, if you're going to be home from now on, you got to get dressed in the morning. So I get dressed right away.
He wants her dressed.
He doesn't like me walking around in my pajamas. He's very lazy. So I don't.
I can't stay in my pajamas. I'm not a bed person and I'm not a pajama person. Like I go to bed and I sleep all night and I can't hang out in my bed.
No.
It's not comfortable to me at all to ever go back in my bed unless I'm very sick, obviously. But other than that.
I take a shower almost right after I get up just to wake myself up. Yeah, I always have to shower. I shower twice a day. I have to.
Where'd Nancy go? I see her house. Oh, there she is. Hey, gorgeous.
Rested.
I'm eating lunch. How
So
come?
Oh,
when
you
it
didn't
went
invite
on
us for
my
lunch?
screen, I went
What's
out of
that,
it
Howard?
for a second.
Yeah?
Now I have a little box that says Zoom and it says join a meeting. So I hit that and then there's nothing happening. But I mean, I could see you all.
Oh.
I keep clicking on everything and nothing happens.
I keep
all right.
losing you guys.
Me
Hey,
too.
Linda.
I just lost the picture.
Yeah, okay.
It's something
I'm back to
going on with
launching.
me.
Oh, okay, so it's not just me.
Well, no, we can hear
Nope.
you. Well, it's
Linda, we
you
can
and
hear you.
Carol.
But Linda, you
Let's be specific.
Okay.
you have something covering your camera.
I could
Linda,
what?
Linda,
What?
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You have something covering your camera. I don't know if you have something in front of
Oh,
it,
I do,
or
but
is there a piece of tape in front of it?
I
or
do,
something?
but usually I could still see you guys.
But
Well,
that's
yeah,
not, that's just you seeing us. Our cameras are working. That means our cameras are working. We need to be able to see you, and for us to see you, there's probably a little, can you see me? There's probably a little camera at the top of your laptop.
Yeah, there is, but I always keep it covered.
Well,
That's why we can't see you.
No, I can't see you though.
No, yeah, she knows why we can't see her, but she doesn't know why she can't see us.
Okay, so potentially you might have minimized the Zoom meeting.
Are
You
you-
have to maximize it. You
How
have
do
to
you-
make it your main screen.
Okay, how do I do that?
I
There's a
just
little like
lost.
video recorder on the bottom.
I have to go out.
Oh, the thing
I
on the
just lost
side?
The whole thing.
Yeah, and the thing on the side, there's probably
We
a
can
little
hear
green.
you.
There's a little green
it said,
arrow.
oh, it says Zoom. Yeah, it says Zoom and then, hey there.
And what?
It's, wait, hey there, on both.
Hi,
the Zoom-
Carol.
On both the Zoom visual assistance. It has tips. Getting started with Zoom. Getting started with Zoom. I don't know, a bunch of things are coming up here.
Well, there should be on the bottom, there should be a little video recorder. And you should be able to click on it and then bring up the screen because it's minimized. So
Oh,
you
that-
want to
that
make
one.
sure that you maximize it.
Okay, schedule a meeting, record meeting, support.
So not that.
No,
not
that's a
that
different
part of
one.
it.
There
That's
should be
a
another,
different-
there should be another
That's-
box on the bottom.
Right, and that's if you were going to schedule a meeting or like host a meeting.
It is a little,
I think that's
it's blue and there's a little thing around, it says open support chat.
No.
No,
And then underneath that, this says show all.
no, I don't know where you are.
I'm on the screen where it says launching, oh, no, my battery's running low.
Oh, I
Zoom-
see. You're
So
you're
glad you're on, Linda. You know less than I do.
Linda. So Linda,
Yeah, 1 second, yeah.
She's getting her charger.
I got it from my, I got it.
Getting her
my
car
battery's
charged.
low. I gotta put it in.
Where's Beverly?
Huh?
Beverly,
need a
see her
drink.
name. I see Beverly's name, but where is she?
Because Beverly's on a computer with no audio and no video. So Beverly can hear us, but we can't hear or see her unless she goes on
Okay.
her phone.
Now I'm back. What do I do with?
So
the-
what do you want to say to Beverly, Howard? Now is the time because she can't respond. She can hear you, but she can't respond.
I'm gonna
So
go
say
out.
whatever you want.
I'm gonna go out and get a new computer. I'll deliver it.
So Linda, are you
Yeah.
good now?
I'm
Okay,
here.
so you are in the web browser, so just minimize the web browser. So, because what happens is Zoom is a web, program. It
Okay.
opens up the web, it opens up the meeting in a separate screen. So that's where we want you to be. So just minimize your Chrome or whatever web browser you're in. I know where you are. So you're in the original web browser. Just
So
minimize that.
that little thing on top, I have.
You can actually just close it if you want it. You don't need the web browser open at this point because the meeting is already open.
Where's the web browser? Is that the top part?
What you're in is
that
the
look-
web
that-
browser.
I just lost it somehow. Okay, join. It put me out to the first. I got to the first section where it says the inbox. I'm back to there somehow.
But that's your web browser. You're probably in your email.
Okay,
So you just minimize that or close it.
I'll minimize it.
Okay.
Okay.
So now you should be able to
Oh.
see the Zoom meeting.
Okay, it says Zoom. I see you guys on top of the Zoom in the middle. take that
Yeah,
off.
you
Okay,
should
yes,
have.
that's
So
it.
you're in the right place.
It says join, right?
It says join, leave me, yeah, it says join
I'll
meeting,
leave
okay. It's not letting me,
Well,
I
you're
could
already
see-
in, so you don't have to
Okay.
rejoin. You just have
oh, now
to,
I got you. Oh, now it came, okay.
there should
now
be
I
like
got-
little boxes on top where you
Yeah.
can change the way that you
Right.
view
Now
everybody.
I could see you all now.
Yay!
Mhm.
Let's see you.
I know, I look a mess.
Don't we all?
She's being,
Let me see if I could,
Sorry, everybody.
no, don't we all, right?
Mhm.
No.
Now I just lost the whole screen again.
No, because I
That
just
was,
put- that was
was
me.
missing.
I put up the KV core screen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I lost it also.
But I don't
Now-
have that either.
now that screen on
I
KV
just
Core,
stole my other thing. Yeah.
I can't get that screen.
Okay.
No, I don't have it, anything. Oh, now I have to go back
Missy?
in again.
Yes,
That screen,
yes.
is that from your computer or your iPad? Or
That's
your
from my
iPhone?
computer. I'm on my computer.
Oh, so that's why,
This is the computer view, yes.
oh,
Right,
I
Howard,
use-
this is what I was saying to you yesterday, that the app looks totally different than
Right.
the computer.
okay, now I understand.
Yeah, your phone and your tablet view websites and things the same way,
Right, but
which is
this
different than what how you view from a computer.
All right, so from now on, I'll use the computer. Doesn't make any difference.
No, you can use both, but you just have
I
to
got
master
3 of them.
both. Like, again,
Yeah,
there's some things that the app can't do that the regular program can do. Similar to Facebook. You know, when Facebook, you have an app, and then if you go in the computer, it looks somewhat different.
okay,
You know, it's the same kind of situation is that they made it, you know, they make it more mobile friendly versus a
Mhm.
computer. It's just a different, they have to make things a little bit different, that's all.
gotcha.
So, but it's good that you're learning on both though, because this way you can utilize both. A lot, you know, mostly what we're training on is the computer version. And I don't really do many trainings on the app because it's not as easy to train people on that from a distance like this. But you know, maybe when we reconvene, I'll be able to do some more training on that.
All right, yeah, I have that down. All
Yeah,
right,
I think once people are pretty much comfortable with this, then we can start moving on to other.
Fuck you, Howard.
ah,
How
Beverly,
did that just happen?
And that was an echo.
Sounds like
Yeah.
she's in
You
space.
made me get off my fat ass and go get my iPhone. Fuck you. All right, go ahead.
be the best you ever had.
Oh my God! Is this what I did last week?
And this is why I log in.
No, this is what.
Better
you-
than Netflix.
Excuse me, Missy,
Right now.
Yes.
See me
this is
now?
what used to go on with Carlo.
Oh my God. This is
I
too
want to do
funny.
who, what?
I got you first.
And this is why I need to drink.
It's short.
Right, you missed all the good times.
Beverly's on twice, on her computer and her iPhone. She wants to make sure that we hear her.
Okay, I'm gonna get off. I'm not gonna talk anymore.
Thank God.
All right.
All right.
So last
God, I love them.
I know. God, I love them.
Oh,
So last week we started going through this by default, right? Someone asked a question in reference to the My Wiker platform, and we started getting into it. So since that time, I asked everybody to go on and start your agent success plan. I can't. All I see is Nancy laughing her ass off.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Has everybody, Linda, have you started your agent success plan?
I don't know, a while back.
Yes. Believe it or not, Stephanie, Linda
Yeah.
was in our first pilot program.
Window was?
I
Well,
want
I like it.
plan
to drop
changed
down.
since then. It's changed since then.
Because they wanted
Yes.
different people of different abilities and different technology levels. So I chose Linda and Carol.
Mistake.
No, I think that was good.
Never a mistake.
No. So, the first step is going through agent success plan, obviously. That makes a big difference. Then there was a question last week about trying, in order to see what your clients are getting as far as automated messages, right? Text and emails.
Yeah, right.
Can you put another agent in, right? Can you partner with another agent and you guys add each other as a client, so this way you can see what your clients are getting. So you know what someone who goes to an open house is getting after an open house, or a client who comes in online, or searching for a home. So I asked Stephanie that question because I thought if we did it, remember I said, hold up before anyone does that. I'm afraid that it's going to mess up the whole system because you guys are already in it. She said, you can do that. You just can't share the emails. Is that correct?
No, the text. So I would suggest not using anything that you have associated with Weichert. Only because sometimes the system does screwy things when you try to add a cell phone or an email that's already associated with an agent profile.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. For whatever reason. I mean, I literally get like 50 texts from the smart number a day. So I don't want that to happen to you. I don't care enough, but for you guys, I don't want that to happen especially because the smart number, I want you to have a good relationship with the smart number and know that the smart number is texting or calling you because you have a new lead, not because you're in somebody's database as a test.
Makes sense.
So use a spouse, a child, one of your kids' cell phone numbers, tell them that you're using it. You want to see what it looks like. Use an email address, a Gmail or a Yahoo or an alternate email address that's not associated with Weichert. Whatever it is. I mean, you can use your name. Name's not a big deal, but just anything associated with your account.
So it doesn't recognize the name as much as it does.
No, it associates electronic communication, basically.
Gotcha.
More so than anything else.
Okay.
I don't get it.
So everybody should put either someone they know on, close to them, onto a drip campaign so that you're familiar with what comes out, right? So you're not surprised. And everybody should be logging in because the question was, which came up from Carol last week, was she got a lead. She didn't know where to find it. So that's how we started this whole conversation last week, was where do you find your leads? And it was to log into my.weichert.com. Okay. And use your same username and password as your Weichert one. So trying to keep everything the same so that you don't have 5,000 logins to different websites, within Weichert. So again, once you do that, then you're on this dashboard. And your dashboard, again, view is going to be a little different. I have all the office leads that come in on my dashboard. And that's why they say private lead, because that's a lead that an agent generated on their own or they put in on their own. So that's why I don't have information regarding that, and I can't see that. Only leads generated by Weichert, I'm able to view, because those are Weichert leads. Okay.
Who sends? How do you get? Who's sending? Who sent? You said it's not Weichert. Who's sending it into you?
It's through your website. So your website is made to generate leads. That's what this website that was built for you was made, and it's integrated within this system, in this platform. So anytime a lead comes in through your website asking for more information, or if someone just viewing homes on your website and then they put in maybe their name and their phone number or email, because it's set up, your websites are set up with a limited amount of security, meaning once a client gets to a certain page, they may be able to view 3 photos, and then it's going to ask them for more information before viewing more. So it sort of draws them in, gets them interested in whatever they're doing, and then it prompts them to put the information in. So, you know, now they're on the third picture, they're interested, they're going to put their name and email in or their name and phone number in. So this way it allows them to go in, and that's how the system generates them. And then anything that they put in goes right into your CRM. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And Linda, what you're
And-
seeing is Missy's screen. She has access to everybody's leads, right, Missy? That's
Yes,
why.
correct.
That's why you're seeing
Okay.
what you're seeing on Missy's.
Right. You're going to see more on mine than you would on, well,
On your own.
Yeah, on your own. But it's going to get that way depending on how you get your website out there. So do you have it as a link in your email so that people can access it from there when you're sending emails out, right? You want to drive people to that website. Ultimately, that's your goal. So you can put it on your social media page, right? Put it out there. Visit my website to see the latest homes that are for sale. Put it on your email signature. You know, put it out there, because again, the more people that go in, the more leads that you will generate from that website.
And don't forget also, if I could just add to that.
Of course, please.
First of all, it's 2 pictures before it defaults to 2 pictures. They can look at 2 pictures on your website, and when the person tries to click on the third one, a screen will pop up and say, to continue, you must add your name and cell phone number and email. That's number 1. And number 2 is, don't forget that on your websites are connected to NJMLS and GSMLS. So people can view other properties on your website. And the cool thing is that your face follows them around, even if it's not your listing. So then they'll maybe hopefully utilize you as a buyer's agent at that point. So it's also,
And we have access, Stephanie, to the NJMLS?
everything should populate. Yeah, I mean, we're supposed, anything that the office is connected to, I think we're just connected to those 2, right?
5. I'm part of 5
Okay.
MLSs.
Oh, okay. So it potentially might be all 5. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. It's definitely those 2. I don't know if we have a whole lot of listings on the other ones, but
But it's strictly the listings. We can't search in those MLSs.
on
Yes,
your own
you-
website you can.
Yes, you can. On the website, that your clients can go in and search just like they would if they were on Zillow or
Oh.
Trulia or Wickr.com.
You know what though, Missy? I think it's by agent though. So I think that they can't see NJMLS unless they're
A member.
Forever?
NJMLS.
Oh, okay.
I think the office website is connected to those 5 because our MLS ID is connected to those 5. But the individual agent, I think, is only connected to anything that they're a member of.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
So at least GSMLS. So anything on GSMLS in office or out of office. So
Right.
not specifically Wickr, is Brandex also. Anything on GSMLS, somebody can search for that property or even just a town. They could put in just a town name or a zip code and get all of the listings that is available in that MLS on your website. So it's really a genius way they did it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I was a little confused about the NJMLS. If they were appearing on my website, how would I have access to it?
I think you have to be a member.
Right.
It
Right.
goes by your MLS ID.
Okay.
But, and like I said in my email, I think late last week or yesterday, I don't remember when I sent it, but if we put the office MLS ID number within your profile, it should populate all of the office listings on your website, no matter where they're located.
Gotcha.
Because we are as an office member of those other, so for some reason it's broken and KB Core is fixing it.
Oh, okay.
Thank
That
you.
same day I found out it was broken. The same day I sent that email, found out it was broken.
Of course.
Yeah, because I tried to do it on mine because I'm also have an agent KB Core. I'm an agent KB Core too, and it wouldn't work.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, I don't know if it's fixed or not. There's a ticket out there somewhere.
Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Missy.
Hello,
This is
Carla.
Carlos.
Hi,
have
how
a-
are you?
Good. How are you,
Good.
Stephanie?
How's everything?
Everything's okay.
Good.
I have a question in regards of, I don't know if you can clarify. I understand that in my Wyker, this CRM system, the statuses are kind of prefixed, like for example, active, I believe it's
Prospect, sphere.
prospect. Yeah, but there was a big warning in red letters saying that do not use sphere and prospects, I believe. And I don't know the reason why, and what should I use if
Only for Weichert Lead Network leads should that happen. Was it a Weichert Lead Network lead?
So in other words, if it's one of my, if I'm working with people that I know that I can't use sphere or circle of influence.
Wait, it's a lead that you added
Yes.
manually?
So if I'm working with people that I know,
Yes.
I can use those tags.
You should be able to. I don't know why you wouldn't. That's what sphere is for.
Oh, okay.
Sphere is really what it is, sphere of influence. So anybody that you worked with in the past, anybody that you get referrals from, your friends and family. That's what, in my mind, that's what sphere means. Sphere doesn't necessarily mean a past client. I mean, it can be a past client too, but I've been telling people to use sphere when the sale is closed, it's done, and it's just somebody you want to keep up with.
I see.
So there's the only ones I think Weichert Lead Network, Weichert WLN leads or Weichert Rental Network leads are the only ones I don't think that you're allowed to use, or that error will come up. Sphere, Prospect, and Archive. You can't use those three. Archive's not probably available on those even. It's grayed out.
Now,
because
I don't know if
Weichert owns them, so you can't really do much to them.
Now tell me if I'm mistaken. When it comes, for example, if you use the tag of a sphere, and we don't make a phone call or we don't have an interaction with that particular person within, believe it's 60 days, it goes back into active again. Or I understood.
I think it depends where you got the lead from. It depends where the lead came from. Is it something that you manually added in, or just a lead that you got from Facebook or something, or is it from Weichert?
Oh, I see. Okay, so if it's a lead that came from the Weichert lead network, and I use a sphere, then that's why it goes back to.
Yes, because you're not following up like you should. They do it that way because they're trying to trick you into following up with people. They want you to follow up with people.
Yeah, they have success standards when you're in Weichert Lead Network. There's success standards that are tracked. So if you're not following up, that's going to determine whether you're someone that they want to get more leads from them or not, right? Because Jim Weichert is paying out of his pocket for those leads that come in.
Right.
I see. Okay. Okay. So it's clear now. I don't know why I thought that I couldn't use sphere at all, even with my own leads.
Well, that's a problem then, because your own leads, your own personal leads that you receive from other sources, whether it's a referral or Facebook or LinkedIn or just somebody that you meet on the street, that's your lead. You own it. You should be able to use any of the statuses.
Okay. Got it.
If you can't, that's a problem.
So is this what you're talking about, Carlo? I just added myself as a sphere because I have my own profile up. And this box just popped up. Are you sure this could affect or remove the currently assigned Smart Campaign, proceed or cancel?
Oh, it was a cancel.
Yeah, I saw that before.
Is that what you're referring to when you say?
No,
I
saw and actually I'm sure that I took a screenshot of that. It wasn't a webinar that I saw in red letters that.
Can you email it to me?
Yes, I'll look for it.
Yeah, email it to me and so I can see what you mean. I don't know. I mean, I have seen that before, but only on Weichert Lead Network leads. Again, Weichert Lead Network leads have automatic smart campaigns that begin when they come into your system. So it's, if you change things to Sphere, Prospect, etc., it
would alter, right,
it might mess
their
with the
drip campaign, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't really want those campaigns shut off. You want them to continue unless you're already working with them, because if you're working with them, those campaigns might not make sense anymore. So you do want to take them off the campaigns and potentially put them on a different campaign, or, you know, do your own thing with, you know, send them emails on your own. It really depends on the lead. There's not really a blanket statement that you could say, like, this campaign is good for this person, this campaign. I mean, it's Weichert has designed these campaigns based on, you know, a normal buyer lead or a normal seller lead or a renter's lead. It depends on, you know, what the scenario is with them. That's why it's good to interact with the system daily. This way you can do CPR on your leads every day, especially ones that you're working with, and make sure that they're not getting stuff that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Thank you.
So once you put your leads in, right, so everybody knows you can add a lead through quick actions right here. You can add a contact, add a call, add a note, add a task, send an email, okay? Once you add someone in, so I've already added myself in, and I have so many email addresses that I was able to add an email address that I don't use. I use it for all spam things. So you put in the person's name, their email, their cell phone number, enable permission for email, call, and text, and then put in what lead type they are. And this is if you're manually adding them. Remember, if you have a list somewhere, a whole group of them, you'll want to touch base with Stephanie definitely on how to upload those, okay? But this is for any leads that, you know, maybe you met someone this week, or you talked to someone this week, or you forgot, you know, you haven't added someone in. This is for all those new leads that you want to manually input. So their lead status. So this is where you would decipher what they were: Sphere, prospect, new lead, active lead, client, contract, closed, archived. Okay, that's your, those are your choices. Now, Stephanie, is there a difference between how you categorize them and what type of
there's definition
campaign they're going to get? Okay.
Yeah, well, if you're manually adding, there's no automatic smart campaign assigned.
Okay.
The only automatic smart campaigns are open house, which currently that's not happening, and then there's like 7 or 8 Weichert Lead Network smart campaigns that are out there that will automatic only for Weichert Lead Network leads and renters.
Okay.
But yeah, there's 7 or 8 types, lead status types, and there are definitions for each one. But again, if you're manually adding or even doing a list upload, there's nothing automatic.
Okay. So you want to put who the lead owner is, which should be, in my case, it gives me the option. I'm not sure if it gives you an option, again, because because I have 2 profiles here. I have corporate headquarters and I have myself. Select a campaign. So
if you want, you don't have to have a campaign. So these are all
Weichert Lead Network or open house, right?
So it will only give you a list of active campaigns that are activated, not ones that are automatically going to start, but ones that are in the system that you can use.
Okay. Search for lender. So
again, you don't have to do it. It's not all required.
Right. I'm just wondering why Anthony doesn't come up on mine.
There
he is. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I could add Anthony if I wanted to let him know I have this new lead. And so this way he knows there's someone here he can contact that I'm working with as a buyer. And here you can put CC lender or not. So yes or no. And then Anthony would be CC'd on any correspondences. And then this is where you would put your note, okay? Met them at an open house, met them 2 years ago, just called in this weekend, whatever the case may be, so that you get started. And then you click here to save it. Once you do that, let me go back. Since I didn't put anybody's name in.
You have to click on email, call, or text. Enable permissions.
Yes.
Well, you have
Mhm.
to put your name, the name and everything.
Yeah, I
in.
have to put everything in. So say I did that. Now I'm going to search who I just put in. I don't know if there's an easier way to do this. So I'm going to search who I just put in, which was myself. And it brings me to this page. Okay, so this verifies, the system automatically does this. It verifies the phone number you put in, the email you put in, all that stuff. If you want to put in search alerts, a search alert is a way for you to find this client in the future easily and group it with other groups. So a search alert could be, so in my case, my search alerts, I'm sorry, are Join Weichert, right? Let me go back. I don't do search alerts, I guess. I guess I just do hashtags. Let me get this out, close. Go back in here. Okay. So in here where there's a little button, this is where I put my, hashtags. So Join Weichert, I have, because I use this for recruiting, Coldwell Banking, cold calling, okay, all this. There's a buyer cold call for you, a cold calling, anything, any way that you want to organize your leads as you get them. You could put buyer, you could put seller, you could put open house, you could put renter, you could put landlord. And so this way, one day when you need to go look for them, and maybe you want to just send a mass text or a mass email to all your buyers or all your past open house guests, you can easily put that up in the search bar. I'll show you on the dashboard page, and all of those will come up. Okay, so that's an easy way for you to then categorize your clients as you put them in an easy way.
Now, may I ask, can you add detail like open house and put a date or a street name or something so that you know that that's where you met those people? Can you do that?
100%. So you can make as many hashtags as you want. So you could put open house, you could put open house 123 Main Street, you can put 123 Main Street. So you could do it 4 different ways, which I probably recommend, only because this way when you're going, if you're doing all open houses, it's going to come up.
Right.
If you only want to view the open house, the people who came to open house 123 Main Street, then that'll come up. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's a definite yes. Do as many as you want, because as soon as you create one, then it will always come up in the drop-down box when you do it. So you're creating them as you go along.
That's what I thought. Okay, thanks.
So this lead does not have any campaigns. This is where I would go to add a campaign. Okay. Now, I believe here, these are the same ones we saw. Right?
It's the only active campaigns.
These are the active campaigns. So these are the ones you can add. Right down here, you see market reports and you see a green check. This is something I wanted to see what it looked like. So I again, put myself on a market report one. And that's what I was playing with before. So I put in for my town and for every 28 days to get a market report on my town. Okay, again, you can put in as many as you want. If your client is looking for multiple towns, you would put them in. If they're a hot buyer or seller, you may want to do it once a week versus every 28 days, right? And if there's someone who's, just a past client and not looking right now, then you want to make that a little further out, right? You don't want to bombard them once a week with market reports. So again, you can customize that very easily here, and you just do that by add market report, search for the location, and then send a report every so many days. So everything is literally walks you through each step. They did make it very user-friendly. It's just that there's so much stuff here. That's what gets overwhelming, right?
Right.
But each thing you do is very user-friendly. They make it extremely user-friendly. So, I got a, yep.
Sorry.
No.
I was going to say, while we're on this subject, last week I had mentioned that, and Stephanie, this would, I guess, be for you because we weren't sure last week. So I put my daughter in as a guinea pig so that I would know how things looked. and I have her getting a market report for her, where she lives, her current area. And she had not opened up or looked at any of the market report and or listings, current listings, new listings. And she had not clicked on any of the listings, right? When I saw that she got one of the reports, I clicked on it to see what was sent to her. And it automated an email, it initiated an automated email to her saying something like, I saw you were looking at whatever, I'll follow up. She never opened up any of them, I did. So is there a way for me to look at what she received?
Where did you open it from? The email or within KV Core?
Oh, within KV Core.
So you went to her timeline and clicked on it?
Right.
I have to ask support.
Okay, because, you know, she said, she goes, Mom, I got their email, this email, and she goes, I didn't look at any of them. So my question to Missy last week was, I don't want that happening. And, you know, if I go in and look at something, I don't want it to automatically throw things at the person like, we saw you were looking at stuff when they didn't look at anything.
So you went into her screen like Missy's on right now, right? And what did you do? You were Missy.
It might have been my dashboard, and where it said market report sent, you know, today or 2 hours ago or 5 hours ago, that, you know, on
it was like a task or something, but that shouldn't happen anyway. It doesn't matter where you clicked it from.
It was like one of those boxes that you see when a new lead came in where it says private lead. It's the same thing. It'll say when a report was sent out on your behalf.
Right. And I clicked on that.
Okay. I'll find out.
Thank you.
It might be some kind of, again, it's not your email. It's not your cell phone number. It's her.
No.
Right?
It's strictly her.
Okay.
And it's not even the same last name. So, I mean. That's fine. Just give it some thought.
Are you in your database? Is your cell phone number and your email in your database as you? Like, do you have a record for yourself in your database?
Yeah.
I wonder if but that shouldn't be why. But I mean, that's the only thing I'm thinking is that you are a lead in your own database and you clicked on your own website. So it generated a text to you that one of your clients is looking at the property, because this is what I was saying at the beginning of our call, is that because you're in there as a lead, it's recognizing your behavior and sending a text to you as the agent too.
No, it didn't send anything to me. It strictly sent it to her.
Okay.
You know, that we see, you know, they were following up like it's supposed to do, you know, it was following up stating, you know.
Yeah, that's an issue. It's a problem.
Okay.
It's not a huge problem, but it's something we should look into.
Thank you. Sorry.
Again, being a non-agent, I don't know these things happen, and I'm glad you told me, because you're actually the first person to ever tell me that. You're probably the first person that ever clicked on anything.
Well, that'll teach me.
Yeah, don't click on anything anymore, Nancy. It's over.
Okay.
No, yeah. So I don't know if it's. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
They're probably
I'm
gonna want
testing it right
screenshots.
now.
They always want screenshots and stuff. So I'm just gonna have to see if I can duplicate it or something.
Okay.
All right, so I looked at it. I'm just trying to see, because this is hooked up to my email, right? So this is what the email looks like that the clients get, right? For my market report once a month. How many homes for sale in Randolph? And this is pretty accurate because, you know, based on what I have, all the information. Most expensive home, popular listings, right? And then my information, view all listings and view report. So if someone clicks on this, I'm checking my email simultaneously as I do this to see if I get any type of
You'll get a text
alert.
Yeah, but it looks like it hasn't updated this email, so I'll have to look. This is what people see, right? It's just a good view to see exactly.
Do you have your own cell phone number in your profile?
Me?
Yeah, no, Missy.
Let's look.
Yeah, go into your profile and see what, because it will send a text to whoever.
Oh, I
the
didn't put my
profile-
phone number in here.
Not in this, in your profile.
My profile should have my
for
phone number, or it
Okay.
has, yeah, or it
So,
has the,
Is that your
what
cell
number?
phone number right there? I don't know it offhand.
Where?
945.
oh, yes, it is. Yes, it
So
is.
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because you yourself are the client and the agent in this
Got it,
situation, so it's
got it.
canceling each other out.
Okay.
So you potentially might get an email because that's not your Wykert email, but it's definitely not gonna send you a text. It's just, it's canceling each other out, basically, is what happened.
But I guess what I was trying to see is if Nancy went in this view versus doing it right on her page, where there, here it says it's the same thing, view email and view report.
Yeah,
So if she just wants to view report, I wonder if it would then tag her or alert the system that she looked. I'm wondering,
well, that's probably what happened.
because she didn't go in this way. She went in right off her dashboard.
But I feel like it's one and the same. I feel
Yeah,
like whatever's on their contact screen is also duplicating on the dashboard.
right.
But maybe it's not. Maybe there is some kind of disconnect there. And that's why Nancy's daughter got the email or text or whatever.
Yeah, it was an email. And
What
like I said,
what did the email? So the email said, "I see you've been looking at my this properties."
something like that. I don't remember the exact verbiage,
And
but
was it the property you looked at?
yeah,
Okay. All right. So I'll look into it.
yeah. Thanks.
So, so you can, so this is where you would add your campaigns if you wanted to, and they're already, only the active ones you're going to see. A market report, which is really nice. It's a little bit more customized, and that's the kind. So when you asked earlier, Linda, like how do you get leads from your website, or how do you get leads into your system? The nice thing about this is if one of your clients looks in it, like Nancy looked into her daughters, right? Your client looks in, they wanted to see more information about Randolph or whatever town you sent Parsippany. They wanted to see about a specific house. You're going to get all those alerts on your dashboard. You're going to see how many times they viewed it, when, what they were looking at, if they were looking at a specific home. You're going to see all that in real time, okay? Which is really nice. So if you want to call them, now you can't make a call from your computer, obviously, but if this was on my app, on my phone, I could call them right from my phone, and I could just hit new call and it would automatically dial them. I could just send them an email from here. I could send them a text. And then I could just add a note that I followed up with them if I called them. So everything is right in here. If you call or text or email a client from here, it automatically counts as you putting a note in. So if you use any of these to reach out to them, either on here or your tablet or your phone, the system recognizes that as you have followed up with them. So you don't have to put in notes unless you wanted to remember something. Okay. So that's something to remember. So, so the most important part is obviously is getting your leads into the system. That's really number one. That's why I really want to focus on that and just really understanding what happens when you get your leads. So if I go down here, I want to try to get this off.
Click the magnifying glass again. It should just go away.
Okay, there we go. I'm trying to see here. So these are all new leads that came in to agents 3 hours ago. This is a history of all the leads. I don't know who it went to. I don't know what it is. Again, because of the fact that it's made private, so that no agents think that that Wykert is trying to take any of their opportunities. So here, and specifically this one, this house is 579. It's 5 beds, 2.5 baths. This client looked at it twice on their cell phone. Okay, so that's how you're able to view what people are looking at. They must have only put their email address in, so because there's only an ability here to email this person. where here you have the ability to email, call, or text. Here you don't, so that means that they've only captured their email, or that's the only information that they put in, or it's the only accurate information that they put in, okay? So it's a few things. So of course, you're not gonna see this many leads unless you're property boosting, right? So if you're doing property boosts and things like that, which I'm not even gonna get into, that's where you'll generate more leads. And again, if you wanna see what your website looks like, it's right here. You would go into your name on the top right-hand corner, and then the drop down, and you'll be able to see your name. It should be linda-bronfman.weicker.com. So everybody, it's usually your name that way, broken up by a hyphen, unless you have a common name, then it may be something different. Okay, so you would want to know what that is. And again, this is something that you would want to put out there because you want to drive people to your website. Okay. So you just copy and paste this link right here, and you can put it into social media sites, into your email, on any postcards you're sending, you know, any kind of marketing you're doing, you want to make sure you put that information out there. And then of course, all of this is going to be the same here. I actually added the Join Weichert one. So I added a page to my website. So your website is customizable. Again, not something I'm going to go into right now. But just so you know, you can add pages to it. You could add maybe photos of things in the town if you're town specific. You can add more information about yourself. You can add all of your recent sales and everything you sold, you know, that kind of stuff if you want to customize it. But the website is very important, right? It's very important to know that you have it and that it's interactive with the system. Okay, so look down here. These are it says see my listings, and then see all. Now see here, because I'm part of NGMLS, I have homes on here from NGMLS. So I guess would be a place, this is all the listings that agents in our office have under my name in NGMLS. That's why they're coming up first as my listings.
Yeah, your website isn't the best one to show.
Yeah,
because it's
I know,
a lot more than most people have.
Right, right. And then,
but you get the point.
Yes, and then they can go in here and see all listings. So they have obviously your website has IDX capability, and so that's how they're able to see any listing that's available within the MLS.
And IDX means Internet Data Exchange,
which is, when I speak about this often, the agreement that you sign when you come on, allowing other agents to sell your home. You're giving permission. The brokerage is giving permission basically to market your listing among other brokerages and realtors. Okay? That's the agreement, and that's the permission you have to have other people's listings on your website like this. So,
can you just repeat the ITS is for what? Internet?
IDX.
Oh, IDX.
Internet Data Exchange.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So without IDX, you cannot show all the listings in an MLS without that agreement. I'm going to go back here. And of course, your agent success plan is right here. You can do it as many times as you'd like. Up here, yes.
Missy, can you click on it so people can see what to do after they click on it? Because it opens up a new tab and then there's other things that you have to do after.
That's so bad. So you click on it, you want to hit browse all courses.
Mm-hmm. And if you're new, it will say start course or something like that, or enroll for free, it says now.
Right, so mine is resume this course because I've taken it, I'm on my like second or third time on this course. But if you did not, if it will not automatically open to this, if you have not started the course yet. This is what it opens to.
And you want to do company.
Yes, company. Yeah. You're not an admin, so you don't want to do that, and you're not a franchise. We're not a franchise office. That's out of the state of New Jersey. So this is the one right here, company Salesforce. So that's what takes you there. And then one other thing I wanted to go over today, I thought would be important for, especially this coming up Thursday's regional call session they're having that I announced today. In your Wiker tools, so we're up in the dashboard now. You want to go all the way back down the sidebar to your Wiker tools. You have the ability here. Everybody should, if you have signed a Wiker Lead Network agreement, to have a private call session tab or tile. So here it says Lead Network. This used to say private call session. They changed it. So let me see. Oh, so here's the call session now. So you have to go into the Wiker Lead Network call session. Let me go back into that. Unless mine just changed because of my, again, I see things differently. But Lead Network you want to go into. And yours should say private call session. Mine says call sessions because I can actually do a call session for the whole office, obviously, and you don't have that ability. So yours would say private call session, and you can go in anytime and just start making calls. Something that they just did, that they just added, was doing, now that we have the ability to call inactive rental leads. So before, it was only inactive buyers or seller leads. They just added active inactive rental leads. So it's a huge, I think we have like 46,000 inactive leads that our agents are able to go through and make phone calls to. So this is a good thing to just go in, make sure you have the tab prior to Thursday when we do our call session, if you're planning on joining that, which I hope you are, because you don't want to wait till Thursday, get on, and then realize you don't have that, because then we wouldn't be able to get that fixed until after the call session. It's not something that can be done instantaneously. So a way, again, to make phone calls anytime you want.
All right, I don't have that.
No, you wouldn't have it because you aren't a lead specialist, nor have you signed an agreement.
Right.
So again, in this Wiker Tools, it's a good little place to get familiar with as well. This is where your listing presentation, your listing presentations are. Your bio for your Wiker.com. Personal marketing materials, Pure Gold. So everybody's part of Pure Gold here. This is where you manage your clients. So if someone moved, you would want to change the address in here, okay? So that they're continuing to get your mail. Marketing resources, tools and resources. Wiker University you can get through here now. Again, they want to make it easier so you're not logging into 5 different Wiker platforms each day to get to, you know, all your different places. These are open house resources like the affordability sheet, registry, anything that you may need to print out, Lead Network. You can access Wiker One through here, so it would just take you right into Wiker One since you're already signed in here. A Wiker tool tickets. This is if you have any service desk things that you want to. Do you have that, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Do you? Okay. Any service desk tickets, instead of calling, you can put them through here. And there's also a little drop down here, so you can talk to them right here. You can chat with them if you want. An easy way instead of going on the phone. Okay, so this is a good thing to know that you have. If you have a quick question, or if you know you just didn't have you didn't want to be on the phone waiting for them or worrying about that, you can just do that right there. And then My Wiker apps. So this is what Howard was talking about. This tells you the information about downloading the apps, whether you have Apple or Android. Okay, how to get those apps. So if you were on a tablet, you would be able to just go in here and download your apps from here. And if you're on your phone, you would search for it within your, where you shop. So where you shop for apps. So these, I think for this week, are 2 easy places to get familiar with your Wiker tools. And just adding a contact or 2 within your dashboard. just to get used to that, the questions it asks, setting someone up. If you have someone else in your home, maybe you want to set them up as a client so you can see what they're getting and, you know, do a market report and do different things so that you can understand what they're viewing. So you have your dashboard here, and then all the way at the bottom, you have your Ryker tools. And obviously your agent success plan, if you have not completed, it's 15-minute, 10, 15-minute increments, and I believe it's 4 hours altogether. So you can do 10 to 15 increments a day, or you can get through it in a weekend. You know, you make the decision on how quickly or not you want to get through it. But Linda said it the best last week, that, you know, years ago when computers came out, they all fought that, right? Everybody fought computers. They didn't want to learn something. They didn't want to have to do all that. It was too much work to learn. It was too much of a learning curve, but you did it. You had to, right? It was part of growing in your business. That's the same with this. You don't fight it. Just take time to learn it and embrace it. And it's going to change your business. Anybody have any questions?
No.
You guys were quiet today. Not as entertaining as last week.
When you say
I don't know, we started off pretty good.
Yeah, true.
one question, when you say the leads for the rentals and sales, do we only get rentals? Can we get sales also? Or, you know?
They're all of them are in there.
Okay.
They're not just rentals. It's mostly buyers and renters versus landlords and sellers. And that's just because naturally buyers and renters are the ones online looking for for homes.
Property.
Sellers really don't go on to look unless they're looking to move up or something, but usually they're focused on selling their home, right? They may just browse a little bit. So that's why internet leads are going to be, a majority of them are going to be buyers and renter leads versus seller leads. There are going to be a few of seller leads and landlord leads, but that's going to be a few. Yeah. But you'll get a lot of buyers leads.
Because years before, unless you qualify for the sales, you used to get just the rental leads.
Yes, and it's the same now, but not when it comes to going into inactive leads. You have the opportunity to get any leads regardless of what you're on, as long as you've signed the agreement. They give you all the buyers and sellers leads that they have.
Okay.
Yes, that's how the call sessions are. They just added the renter ones because they thought it was a good time to see if maybe people were in the market to purchase versus renting. Okay. That's why they thought it would add value if they could get the renter leads in there as well, because it may be an opportunity to convert them to a buyer.
Okay.
Yeah. And give more opportunities to everybody.
May I ask a question kind of loosely based to this?
Mm-hmm.
So I did the circle picks, is that what it is?
Yep. The core listing machine, but yes, circle picks.
Yep. So it asked me if I wanted to, in addition to just the fun facts, right, that it's going to post for me per my schedule. It asked me if I wanted to do, Marketplace, where it throws up listings from our office.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something I want to do?
Yes.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
But be careful because if you don't specify the areas, it will post things in areas that people who are following you won't care about. So make sure you're sticking to our market area.
Okay, but it doesn't matter as far as colleagues, in the office that I'm throwing. I mean, obviously, if we can sell it for them, they don't care. But sometimes people are a little funny about other people marketing their properties,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Well, again, yes, there are people in our office. I've come to find out that are, but too bad.
Well,
They have no choice. If the marketplace decides that they want to market their property that day, there's nothing you can do about it.
So that's why I was wondering if I should, I don't know. I don't want to start any BS with, and
You can click click uncheck it if you don't want it, if you don't feel like. you wanna do-
I didn't authorize it because I
Yeah.
thought, I don't know, but I
Yeah.
just was curious if everybody that does this, if they are clicking on Marketplace, and if they're doing that, and if they are, then I would kind of be like, okay, because everybody's doing it. But if
And
it's not
and I'm not
something,
100%, and Nance, I'm not 100% sure it's just our office.
it might just be within Wycard. I don't know.
It's company, I believe it's company listings, but again,
And it's
that's
company,
why I
yeah.
was really
Mm.
exaggerating the point about IDX. Because as agents, when we agree to and we sign up for IDX, allowing our listings to go out, that is part of it. And the way that it's posted on your social media post does not say, look at my new listing, when it's not your
Right.
new listing.
It's just
It
a
says, check
listing.
out this kitchen. And
Right.
again, it's made for the fact that you can sell to your sellers, that you're getting so much more marketing exposure by these automatic posts going out to all of the agents in your office, and them actually exposing their listing as well. So if anybody has a problem with it, just let me know, or I'm sure they'll let me know, and I will have the same conversation with them, that I
Yeah.
was the one who suggested, and that I was the one who told agents who were concerned about that I thought that absolutely to move ahead and do that.
Because I thought, I don't know, I just thought I remembered somebody I hate to say complaining, but making a comment that, well, you're marketing my property, it's like, but in my
I'll
thought,
be on 1 second, I'm on a.
in my thought, it's, well, if I'm marketing
Yeah, yeah.
your property and I sell it, you should be happy, right?
Mhm.
So.
Oh, right, and that's my whole thought process too. But not everybody think.
Alright.
Some people are very proprietary with their listings because, for whatever reason, who knows?
Okay.
If I market my
And
property,
I have to get clarification from KB Core. I don't know what MPLs are 100%. I think that
Well, they haven't
are-
really started putting them out there yet. Remember, there
I
was
don't
a
think-
problem because there were
Right.
so many listings in our office versus agents.
Right.
So that was a glitch that they're working on. So I don't even know that any has actually gone out yet. That's why I haven't had any experience with how agents in this office are going to react. I've had experience in Remax, and that's how I dealt with it. And I never had a problem after that.
Mm-hmm.
but if I put out one on my listings, everybody else, there'll be other people putting out my listings also. So my listing could go on to like 10 people, 50 people.
Right. And all of their friends and family and sphere.
And that's a positive, really.
Yes.
Right.
So now if you have 500 friends, Linda, and 10 other people, it goes on their posts and they have 500 friends, now you're at 5,000 people it was
Right.
exposed to versus
Okay.
500.
Right.
Because guess what? Anyone who's going to work with you is going to work with you. This is just to get that that information out to more people.
It's
It's not
free
going to take any
advertising.
leads. Yeah, it's not going to take any leads from anybody. And I think that's where the fear comes in. is not
Right.
understanding
Exactly.
that the
Right.
leads are going to go to other people, and that's not true.
Okay, so it's a sphere. Okay, it's not for the just general public. It's the sphere of people, the sphere of the person.
Right. To go to the
Right.
general public, you would have to boost it yourself.
It's my friends on Facebook, and then whoever they wish to share it with on their friends, if they like something and say, hey, look at this, so it's endless. It's how
Okay.
far it can reach. But some people, like Missy was saying, are under the impression that they lose that lead, which that's not true.
No.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Think about it this
Okay,
way too, Linda. So an agent who does not have a lot of listings has all these listings showing up however they set it up on their social media, that they want it to be once a week, twice a week, whatever the case may be, right? So now they have these listings coming up. Check out this kitchen, check out this location. It says different things like that.
Okay.
To the general public, the perception is that agent is doing a lot of business, right? So it
Right.
only helps that agent grow their business.
Okay.
And then in
that
the
makes
same
sense.
hand, when you don't have a lot of listings, you're getting other posts, right? So it helps everybody look, to their sphere and to their people and to whoever they're friends with on Facebook or social media, that they're doing business, and it just keeps their clients and friends and everybody engaged in the fact that they are busy.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
that
you.
works.
I don't want to step on anybody's toes and create bullshit. Sorry, I just.
But I mean, if you're
Yeah.
making the effort, if you're
Fair
making the
enough.
effort and posting, a listing or a group of listings that you feel good about, they're in your market area or whatever, or you think you might have buyers for them, you're making the effort. I don't see why somebody would get upset if you get the lead. You're making the effort.
Oh, you
This
silly
is real
girl.
estate.
No, I
This is real
understand that.
estate.
Like I said, I'm getting the knowledge now that people are proprietary with their own listings, and I get it, and I understand it, and I know that they want to treat their clients, like king and whatever. But we're a team, and and
But I also-
we're working in an environment where the team scenario is much needed at this point.
Right, but I also think it's a perk when you get a listing and you can say, as Missy had stated, you have 100 colleagues, and they're all going to put it on their, social media. So it's not just going to people that I wish to send it to, it's going to thousands of others.
Right.
And so that's a sales point.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Good.
And
good
to your
point,
clients,
Nancy.
that's all they care about. They
Mhm.
don't
Right.
care whose it's on. They want
Right.
to. They want to hear what you're doing differently and how you're exposing that listing to get it out to as many people as possible.
Right, okay.
And
All right,
if I was an agent, I would tell my seller, listen, I'm also employed with 130 other agents who also are interested in selling your house. So that's an additional selling point to get the listing, I feel like.
Yes, that's what we're
Right,
saying.
that's
We
what we're just
understand
saying,
that.
right.
We understand that, but not everybody understands that.
Not everybody, yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I'm with you, and thank you. I was just trying to get a feel for our atmosphere.
And we have a lot of listings. I mean, I just finished the slides for tomorrow. We have a lot of listings in 1 week.
I'm going to say there's 2 or 3 agents that I'm going to have to have heart-to-hearts with out of all the agents. That's it. It's a very small percentage.
Yeah, no, it's not. a
When
lot
that
of
happens,
people, but
it's a very small percentage.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought you were referring to what Stephanie said about listings, and I'm like, what do you have to have a heart-to-heart with people?
No,
Okay.
no, she's saying about people being proprietary.
Yeah,
with their listings.
Right.
yeah.
Like
I'm
not
going to say
sharing the
3 max that I know of
Yeah,
that I can
Yeah.
that I can identify right off the bat. But
yeah, me too.
that's
Okay.
it. So it's a very small percentage, is what I'm
Okay.
saying. Most people are very good. Real quickly, before we get off, I have a question, but nothing to do with this. Excedrin and Tylenol and Advil.
Mhm.
What's the difference?
One's acetaminophen, one's ibuprofen.
So
Right.
if I have like my neck is killing me, which one would be better?
Ibuprofen.
Okay.
But how's your liver? I can't be a doctor. How's your kidneys? How's your liver? How's your heart? Like, are all
Don't
the
take it
things in
on an
good
empty
shape?
stomach.
I can only
Okay.
take Tylenol because I have ulcers. When I
Yeah,
do it,
exactly. It goes on how your stomach and your body is. Like if
Yeah, I
you're
don't have any. I don't have any
Advil.
problems.
Advil's
that I
good.
have.
Advil.
yeah.
Better off with Advil.
Okay. 'Cause I never bought Tylenol before
I
until
really-
now because they made us rush out and get it at the beginning because that was going to cure us. So now I have it here. Now I'm like, which one do I take? I don't even know.
Is it muscle?
Good question.
Also, is it muscle? Is it muscle ache? Is it like, do you feel like somebody punched you? Like, what is the pain?
I think it's just because of where I sit every day and not.
I
It's
have
just.
to leave
Aleve.
Yeah.
Advil.
because that's
Oh,
even
God.
different than because I like to leave for my
I can't have
muscle
3
pain.
things to choose from every day.
Leave is an anti-inflammatory.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So
Most
the
people take a
anti-inflammatory
leave.
takes down any kind of swollen, if it's swollen or rubbing against each other or whatever it is. That's why I take a
That's
leave for
what
my
I need.
muscle pain. For my muscle pain, I take a leave because I'm always feeling inflamed. Like I feel like swollen
Yeah.
or something. Just take 1 or 2 though.
I think Advil helps me better.
That
helps
wine.
Advil helps.
Wash it down with some vodka.
Guaranteed you won't have any more pain.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Exactly.
You'll be comatose, but you won't have any more pain.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, everybody. I probably won't be available tomorrow, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
Probably won't be available tomorrow. My dad's coming home, so.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good.
Nice.
So,
Mm.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
thank you.
Did anybody see the Morris Essex magazine?
No.
Yeah.
Um,
I saw you sent it to me, didn't you?
No, I sent it to Vin. Vin must have sent it
Oh,
to
Vin
you.
sent it to me.
Was
then,
I in
yes.
it again?
No. There's 2 pictures from the office. They must have paid for it. Gloria and Bob. Well, oh, Nancy Doyne's in our office.
She
She
is?
is?
Mhm.
Well,
Since
according
when?
to the magazine.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
She's back?
No, it's just, that's hysterical.
Isn't it?
That
I
no
have
one
the-
checked where she was at now and they used an old whatever. That's
I
really
have-
bad.
Right. I have the magazine. Either I'll drop it off at the office or I'll mail it to Vin. So eventually
Yeah,
we'll
I was
get
gonna
it
look,
from
I
him.
haven't had a chance yet, but I was gonna look at his email.
Oh, yeah, I sent him an email
All
yesterday.
right, everybody. I'm gonna go. Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye.
He
One
was showing,
final thing. Did anybody hear about Lori's dog? Was it found?
No,
No.
I talked to her, I think I talked to you guys this morning, about 10 o'clock, 10:30, and no, they weren't. I saw that she posted recently, probably right before I got on here, that her son's there now
Yeah,
and they're out looking again,
not
but
good. It's not a good situation.
Mm. And then also.
No, I know, that's why I was-
Lori.
Died.
Which Lori?
Lori,
Lori
Young.
Young.
What's
Which-
that pepper?
Lori Young.
The new Lori with
Oh.
the accent.
oh, okay.
Okay, I was just curious. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
All right, crew. Thank you, Missy.
All
Thank
right.
you, Steph.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Good meeting.
Bye.
Thank you.
Be
Bye.
good.